The year 2020 has been filled with numerous disappointments, tragedies, and varying degrees of uncertainty. Due to the ongoing encroachment of the COVID-19 pandemic, reports of anxiety, depression, and OCD have understandably been on the rise. Respectively, YouTube reported that it accounted for nearly 15% of all global internet traffic within the first few months of the global quarantine. Hence, the nature of my thesis. ASMR, entertainment theory versus mood management theory, a psychological study of user-generated content versus corporate-generated content. Okay, so before we actually get into the logistics of my study, let's first define its three primary components. ASMR, or Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response, is a perceptual condition in which the presence of audio-visual stimuli initiate intense pleasurable tingling sensations in the head and neck region, which can extend to the periphery of the body. Now, these stimuli tend to be socially intimate in nature and are usually associated with repetitious movements or sounds. So, for example, the crumpling of paper in someone's ear, hand and finger movements in front of the face, or whispering. Now, according to Zimmerman, entertainment theory seeks to understand the correlation between the types of media that people consume and the possible changes in their perception over time. So, for example, if someone plays too many violent video games or watches too many horror movies, will those actually make the person more violent over time? However, mood management theory states that it's the actual mood that someone is experiencing within a given situation that actually dictates the type of media they consume. So, for example, if, say, someone's going through a rough breakup, they're more likely to listen to a somber playlist because it coincides with their current mood set. Now, in my study, I'm seeking to recruit at least 300 online participants, where half of those will be those who actually experience ASMR, and the other half will not. Now, granted, both groups will be exposed to certain samples of ASMR, where part of those are user-generated, and the other half will be corporate-generated. My goal is to see if any of the two groups or specific individuals can actually discern between the user-generated content and that of a corporation. If there is an actual discernment, this could actually prove really pivotal for current ASMRists within the YouTube community. For some, it is just a hobby, but for others, they have an innate passion for it, which they've actually turned into a career. This discernment can actually help to further separate them from corporations that are just seeking to jump on the bandwagon for a profit. Because within these uncertain times, companies shouldn't be seeking to capitalize on people's fear and ignorance. They should be actively offering services and solutions that people actually want and others genuinely need. As a future marketer, the first fundamental we're taught to uphold above all else are to maintain proper ethical standards in all that we do. And I'm actively prepared to do my part to get this process started.